Well, how do you do? How you guys doing? It is Larry here again for the Leroy channel. Sitting in my car right now, just waiting for my son to do some stuff. But just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. Variation. I talked about variation a couple of times in exercise programming and all that fun stuff. Yeah, you see all the cars passing me by. But I also wanted to talk about variation in nutrition. You know, old school bodybuilders and everything used to eat the same thing all the time. Plain grilled chicken, rice, broccoli, basic stuff, right? High protein, easily digestible carbohydrates, and vegetables for vitamins and all that stuff. And it was really the same thing all the time, you know, every day, all day. But, you know, as science improves, we learn some new things. Not everybody can eat that. I personally myself did a lot of the grilled chicken and different carbohydrates for a while, but it got to the point where I just couldn't eat chicken anymore. Like, my body was just like, nope, we're not going to do this. I actually started getting upset stomachs. I started getting not the results you would think. Like, I was more fatigued after eating it than I was prior, and it was just very strange. I switched to more red meat, lean red meat, very low fat, bison meat. Oh, love it. Really expensive, but love it. And also a very lean ground beef, like a 93.7, so it's only 7% fat. You use that, you're not getting a lot of the fat that is associated with red meat, which is associated with a lot of the health concerns. So keep that in mind. So like I said, I would eat chicken, wasn't digesting it very well, wasn't feeling great afterwards, felt a little flat, performance wasn't great in the gym, and just everyday life was just bleh, it was boring. Switched up to more red meat, started changing, started feeling better. Now, I alternate back and forth now between chicken and meat because I'm able to eat it. Now, what we found out is what probably a lot of people already knew, but I didn't. So after learning, because that's what we do, we continue to learn, I found out that, you know, your body has certain enzymes that are used to break down proteins. When you eat the same thing over and over and over and over again, you know, the enzymes used to break down those foods get depleted. Your body doesn't have any more, and that's usually when you start feeling like I did. Very flat, very blasé, very, you know, not, like it's not doing anything. Switch it up to a different animal protein, which you would think would be the same because it is an animal protein, but however, they're all made up of different amino acids and different, you know, compounds. So there is a slight difference. So we need a slightly different enzyme to break that down. Now, in your body, there's not specific check marks for, okay, we got beef protein, we got chicken protein, we got, you know, fish protein. That's not how it works. I'm making a very generalized statement. So, with that said, once I switched to a different type of animal protein, my body was able to respond a lot better. You know, still eating the rice because it's a very easily digestible carbohydrate, and it's simple. You know what I mean? It's very simple for you to have. I just don't have a lot of it because the way I exercise, the way I go to the gym, what works for me is if I start packing on, you know, a cup of rice with every meal, like you're supposed to do if you're a bodybuilder, power lifter, strongman, you know, whatever, competitive lifter, I should say. I pack it on all in my midsection. That's it. No matter how much cardio, no matter how much abs, doesn't matter. It all goes to my midsection first. That's me. That's my makeup. That's what happens. You know, I get a little bit in the arms, the shoulders, the back, the legs, but most of it just goes to my gut, no matter what I do. So I reduce my carbohydrates only before and after exercise if I can. I'm usually at the gym at 5 in the morning, so that doesn't really work for me. You know, I can't have a full-blown meal at 3:30 in the morning. Just not going to happen. I do need to sleep. So most of my workouts are fasted workouts, so I don't get to eat beforehand. But I usually refill my glycogen stores at my post-workout. You know, I have my proteins and my carbs, my essential amino acids, and all that fun stuff. So, what that works for me. What works for you is going to be completely different. Okay? So getting back to my original point, 5 minutes ago, is we need to focus on variety of proteins. And when I say variety of proteins, I'm not just talking about, between chicken, meat, and fish. I'm actually talking about, between soy and plant-based proteins, getting a giant mix of everything in there and just letting the body do its normal process. We don't deplete any enzymes when we do that. We don't overtax the body, and we just function. That's what we need to be looking at. There's no guaranteed program that's going to work for everybody. There's no set diet or eating plan that's going to be the be-all, end-all for everybody. Individualization of everything is the most important aspect of just succeeding. So if we can do that on our own, then we're set. As a nutrition coach, I work with every single client literally to the T as an individual. How do you feel this morning? How do you feel at night? What do you feel when you eat this one particular thing, when you don't? So we take all those things into consideration, and we create a program based on the foods you like, your favorite foods, whether they're junk foods or not, because we're going to incorporate all that stuff. Food is not a punishment or a reward. It should be fun, and that includes the things that you shouldn't technically eat. Yesterday I had a pizza. Don't care. I wanted it. I had it. The rest of my meals were perfectly on point. This one, okay, whatever. I don't care. I'm happy, and that's the most important thing. I'm getting the results that I want to get doing what I'm doing, and occasionally, every now and then, maybe I want to have a candy bar. Just don't have one all day, every day. That's where we go wrong. And that's basically what we have to look at. Individualization of every single aspect of every single program is what's going to work for everyone. Get that? Individualization of every aspect of the program is what's going to work for everyone. I know I said nothing works for everybody, but when you individualize it to that person, then yes, it'll work for everybody. How do you feel? Wake up, midday, go to sleep. What are you eating? How do you feel after you eat it? I'm not talking emotionally, like, oh, I feel so sad, I ate this, cake. No. I'm talking about, like, physically. How do you feel? Do you feel like taking a nap? Do you feel like vomiting? Do you feel like your stomach needs to empty itself out? Whichever way. Do you feel energetic, like you can go to the gym and get a good workout? Or do you feel flat, like you just don't really want to do anything? These are all aspects that have to be taken into consideration. So individualization of nutritional programming is what we need, and variation of that program is what you're going to get long term. Change everything up. Protein is a certain amount. We need that, and we're going to get it from different types of sources. All of them, not just one or two. All of them. Fish, red meat, chicken, and vegetable protein. Now, obviously, if you are a vegetarian or vegan, the red meat, chicken, not going to work. If you're a pescatarian, then fish could be beneficial for you. If you eat eggs, obviously if you're vegan, you're not going to eat an egg, but there are many aspects where to get protein from. So we just need to figure this out for you. Not ready? Thanks again for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's keep this going. I want to give you guys as much information as I possibly can. I am coming out with a bunch of new food recipes on how to make some of our favorite foods a little bit healthier. Those are going to be coming up in the next year or so. I just have to really tackle the recipe. Got to get that thing perfect and see what we're going to be doing with that as far as presenting those things. So, keep watching, stay tuned. I've been sporadic on videos, I do apologize, but there is going to be more to come. Alrighty? Thanks again for watching, guys. Love you, and keep staying strong.